The I in the Brain Remodeling Project stands for insight, and thought control is maybe the most important component of this area of your brain remodeling project.
Hey friends, I haven't been doing real great. I've been doing okay, but today I did something that helped me solve that problem a little bit. I went to my therapist. I haven't seen her in, it's 9 months or more. But I've had a couple of real down times, and yesterday I had an episode that took me back to places where I don't like to be. I started the conversation with her saying, in the last year and a half, since July 2021, when I ended up in the behavioral med unit in the hospital for 7 days, since then, I have done a lot to try and improve my mental health. I've been very focused on it. In fact, this YouTube channel is one of the big ones. It really helps me. So I was telling her all of this stuff that I've done, and it's a fair list of effort to improve my mental health. We worked very carefully with my medications. I talked with my medical doctors and my cardiologist and my podiatrist and made some physical improvements. Overall, this last year, I felt more healthy. I've had more energy. A lot of things are going well. We've organized parts of our life to simplify and to say, this isn't really what we want to be doing. So I told my therapist all this stuff, how hard I've worked and how much I've actually accomplished over a year and a half to improve my mental health. And then I told her, but as in many stories, there's the big but. And the big but in this story is I still have depression. I still have bad days. Last week was not too good. My thoughts were telling me I was a failure and that I was a fraud and I was, not worth anything and nobody liked me. And then yesterday, actually, this stupid little thing happened and it just upset me so much and I got depressed and I just felt awful. As bad as I've ever felt, almost. And then it took over physically to the point that I was just tired. And so at, 10 or 11 o'clock yesterday morning, after getting up at 6:30, I went back to bed and slept till 4 o'clock. So I was like, Joe, why does this happen? I've done so much, but I feel like I haven't made progress. And so that's what our conversation was about today.
Technically speaking, there is no cure for the crazy mind. The mental illness can only be managed, not cured.
It's all in your head.
For a cure means it's gone forever, never to be seen again. Technically speaking, of course.
Hey, please join us now for Lessons Learned with Mark.
So the first lesson is that I have a disease. Actually, it's two diseases. I've been diagnosed with major depression and general anxiety disorder. And that's been confirmed in multiple ways, including a DNA test. I have a hard time remembering that sometimes. And it's partly because a lot of people doubt it. I've had people express their doubts in many ways, and some don't even know they're showing their doubts. But I just have to remember that I've got a disease. Just like my high blood pressure issues, I've got to manage it, but it's not just going to go away. Lesson number 2 is that I've got to learn to ask myself when I have thoughts that make me feel bad if the thought I'm thinking is actually true. All my life I've thought nobody likes me. I can tell you a lot of reasons why I think that and experiences I've had, but if I really look at it logically and I think about the people that I associate with, even throughout the years, people like me. Gotta remember to myself just a simple question: is that true? Like the next lesson is about failure. I've got to learn when I say to myself, I'm a failure, the next thing out of my mind should be, is that true? The final major lesson learned during my visit with my talk therapist is that I have to redefine what success and failure mean, because I'm very quick to recognize my failures. It's very easy for me to think that the YouTube channel Seek Wellbeing is a total failure. I've been at it for a year and a half. I'm not famous. I don't have that many viewers, but it was started originally and still makes a big difference to me. It makes me feel better. So that is not a failure. I also know maybe half a dozen people who have actually told me that they watch for my videos. They want to see them. They are helpful to them. So even though my mind can drift very easily to Seek Wellbeing as a failure, when I redefine failure, I realized it's not. As I was reviewing this video, I told a couple of lies to myself. One was that I said, I haven't made any progress. Well, that's not true. The second, I talk about the doubts that people have expressed. And maybe I'm imagining more of those than are real. I don't know. Anyway, that's it, folks. Just remember that you are loved. I know you are loved. And take care. Be better.